talk about my previous post. So, throughout life, whether we're highly stressed out, we're doing a lot of things in the gym, maybe too much in the gym, we're not eating properly, we're not moving enough, our body's going to start to adapt. So, our shape is actually going to adapt due to all of these different things that are going on. And what I notice is when my body is very stressed and I don't do my recovery work, I'm not intentional about doing the recovery work, which I'm going to talk about in a second, my shape actually changes. So I like to think of our shape as balloons. So we have our air balloon in our chest and our water balloon in our belly region. And how these balloons sit on top of each other, this is our posture. This is our body kind of like in this resting position. So throughout life, throughout various factors that I just talked about, it causes our balloons to be squished. So our balloons don't sit relatively right on top of each other. And when they get squished, that kind of reflects in like some of the things that you're going to see, or some of the things that I even notice on me. So my ribs will get a little bit wider. My ribs will be a little bit more flared. My belly's a little bit more bloated. My butt's a little bit flatter. My shoulders round forward a little bit. So all that is happening partially due to our lifestyle affecting the quality of our movement. And we're going to see that in how our body rests. Now, what I have done is I have done soft tissue work. I actually did get a massage over the weekend. I got a massage and it was one of the best massages I've actually had in my lifetime. So I had a great massage. When I come home, I do my self massage. So when I do my self massage, I'm working on lots of like the tightness in my back, my upper traps, and specifically my hips because my hips hold a lot of tension. And what that does is it allows me to kind of unsquish my balloons. So my posture is better able to be a little bit more upright. Now, it doesn't stop there. So once we're able to unsquish our balloons, we have a little bit better of alignment. We want to use muscles to help our body maintain somewhat of that alignment. And we want to maintain somewhat of that alignment, not this perfect alignment in anything that you're doing throughout our day, but we want to have some semblance of this like better posture where our head is over our rib cage, over our pelvis, over our feet. So we have somewhat of this like straight posture. This is where our bodies are able to function at its best. This is not me saying we need to have this perfectly straight posture all the time. No, that is not what I'm saying. But we want to have the ability to have somewhat of this alignment so that no matter what it is that we're able to do in life, our internal organs are able to function better. We're able to move in various different directions. And this allows us to recover better in so many different areas. So if you're experiencing pain or like not even just like feeling the greatest in your skin, your mood's off, your energy's off, even if you're struggling with various health conditions, I want you to reflect. How's your posture? And again, this is not me saying you need to have the most perfect posture, but how our body is at rest. It's giving us signs. And based off of these signs, there are certain things that you're able to do to help your body have somewhat of this better alignment so your body's able to function better in so many different ways. Now, the exercises that I did in the video, I love these exercises because it's targeting our core, not just abs, not just like this deep inner ab belly muscle. It's targeting our foundation of how we move as humans. So it's targeting the deep core of our foot, our ankle, our hips, our abs, our rib cage, our head. It's targeting all these things just to allow our bodies to have somewhat of this better alignment. And when we have somewhat of this better alignment, it's not always immediately. Sometimes it takes a few days. Sometimes it takes a lot of repetition. It did take me a lot of time to actually see this shape change. I would say over the past 4 days or so, it's maybe taken me 5 hours or so. And it's not like super intense stuff. Like sometimes I'm just like listening to a podcast, watching TV, listening to an audiobook while I'm doing some of these things. And sometimes it's actually very intentional where I'm just like focused on like my breath, focused on my movement. But in actually being very intentional of targeting all of these different areas, I have been able to notice like the shape of my body physically changes just by doing these things. And I almost immediately notice my energy's better, my mood is better, I'm sharper, I'm quicker. I am actually more excited to go to the gym tomorrow because over the past week or so, I've just have not been feeling the gym. And I notice when my movement is off, and it actually reflects in my posture, how my body is at rest. I see it, I notice it, I feel it. So this is just something to say, reflect. This is not saying go get perfect posture. That is not me saying this at all. So don't go do that. But reflect. Do you have somewhat of this alignment? And if you notice, hey, my ribs are a little bit more flared, my shoulders are coming forward. This is not to say go do posture exercises. No, this is saying we want to start to connect with this deepest, this innermost layer, our deep core. And this deep core is, yes, muscles in this ab region, but it's muscles connected from your foot to your knee, to your hip, all the way up to your head. We want to connect with this deepest layer. And in doing this, I think you'll find so much better results in your fitness programs and in life as well. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions on this, please let me know.